Hello, hello, everybody. Hi, Kerry.
Hi, Michelle.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm getting these impression bracelets together. Every once in a while they get all mixed up, and I don't know how you do. How do you store your impression bracelets? I like to try to keep the golds on one side and the silvers on the other side.
I try to do that, and then every once in a while there's one that's set in rose gold, and I don't know where to put everything, and they all get messed up.
Oh my gosh, everybody. All right, so as you're jumping on, comment live if you're watching live, comment replay if you're watching the replay, and let us know your favorite impression bracelet. Or maybe we should do a little got it, need it.
Oh,
Let's do got it, need it.
I love that.
Okay. So here in the gold, we have blue. Tell us blue, got it, or blue, need it. Then we have opal. I know we have a lot of opal lovers. Is May opal?
No, May's emerald.
Emerald, that's right. Okay. How about got it or need it for the taupe? I love this one. It's such a great neutral. All right. Next up, clear. Got it or need it? Tell us in the comments. And of course, as you're jumping on or as you're answering this question, tag your stylist. I know that so many of you were invited to watch this tonight by a member of our stylist team. So go ahead and give them a tag. All right, next up, got it, need it, iridescent coral. What do you think? Got it or need it? And if you're a pink lover, here's the pink opal. So notice the difference between the pink opal and the regular white opal. All right, that's all of the, oh, wait, like you mentioned, we do have one that comes in rose gold, and that is the mint.
I love that one.
Me too. That's why it wasn't on the bar, because I had it on before. So got it or need it? All right, so out of these, which ones do you got it and which ones do you need it? All right, so that's on one side.
So fun fact, the blue one is the first one I ever owned. And the reason I was obsessed with Park Lane and the impression bracelets, that blue bracelet was the clinch for me. That was, now I was Park Lane obsessed. Yes. My absolute favorite. I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but it's my favorite.
That's so awesome.
I love that one.
All right, silver lovers, let's do got it, need it. How about lavender? And it's funny, I say silver lovers, but not really, because to me, the impression bracelets are more about the color of the stone than the color of the metal. Like if I'm wearing all gold, but the bracelet that I'm wearing, my outfit calls for the purple, then I'm still wearing it. I don't care about
I kind of treat them as a neutral, put them with everything, just go by the color.
I totally agree. All right. And of course, because clear comes in both metals, got it or need it for the clear. Now, here's our hematite ones, guys. So we have the black that's set in black.
Mm-hmm.
We have the glow. And we have the northern lights. All right. Of these three in the hematite, let us know, got it or need it? And then I have two more silvers here. We have the baby pink. And we have the violet for our true purple lovers. All right. So of all of these, which ones do you have and which ones do you need? Go ahead and tell us in the comments. All right, Kerry, I bet you that people have found us by now. So hello, everybody. I'm so excited that you are all here joining us tonight, whether you were invited by a member of our stylist team or me or Kerry, or whether you were just scrolling your Facebook and wow, here we are. So welcome on. My name is Michele Zito. I'm a company vice president with Park Lane Jewelry. I'm here with Kerry Henze, a newly minted area leader with Park Lane Jewelry. Yay, Kerry.
So fun.
And what we're here to do tonight is share a bit about this amazing business that we love. see if it's something that might be right for you, answer questions that you have, and of course, to raffle off an amazing piece of jewelry. And I'm here with Kerry to share all this with you. Kerry actually was on one of these chats with me just a couple of weeks ago when either she was a brand new branch or still a stylist.
I think still a stylist.
Still a stylist. And fast forward just a couple of weeks, she's promoted twice. She has the Cancun trip in her pocket. Just an unbelievable turn of events. The Mercedes car program she has earned. So you too can join in January and then have all of these things just a couple of months later.
You certainly can.
Welcome on, Kerry. Thanks so much for doing this.
I'm so happy to be here. So I still cannot believe that I've gone from January, been promoted twice, earned a car payment, earned amazing amounts of free jewelry, and I have this fantastic job that I absolutely love. But I'm brand new to the direct sales world. It's the first time I ever started doing direct sales was January. So I think people need to know why direct sales is such a great option for them.
Yeah, agreed. And it's funny because like you said, like you've had several other, jobs, a previous career that you retired from, like all of that. And it's like here, both Kerry and I are both in our 50s. And it's like, oh my gosh, how did we find this amazing thing? And yeah, for me, I did find it 25 years ago at this point. And what I found and what I know lots of people find is that direct sales is a fantastic way to either supplement or replace an income around the life you already live. Mm-hmm. So for me, 25 years ago, what I needed direct sales for was to pay the COBRA payment while I was out on maternity leave. So I was a teacher on maternity leave. I had one 6-month-old baby. And I wanted to, summer was coming. And I said, I would like to still be a teacher on maternity leave when September came. So in order to do that, we needed to pay the COBRA on my health insurance, which was the insurance we were using at that time, which the payment was going to be $600. So, okay, what can I do to make $600? That won't be something else that's full-time like teaching would have been. Right. And I had attended a party. It was not Park Lane at the time. So it was my previous company. And the girl told me she made $200. So I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, then I guess if I did 3 parties a month, then I'd have $600 and I can continue my maternity leave. Right. So in June of 2000, I did 3 parties. I made $604.62. And my husband and I like high-fived and we were like, oh my gosh, I guess that's just how it works. Okay. And then I said, well, I certainly thought I would have to work more than 3 times a month to make this money. So why don't I do a couple of extra parties? Maybe I can make $1,000. So the next month made $1,000. The month after that, somebody wanted to join. And now I'm like, oh, wait, you make more money when people do that too? Okay. So then, either you can make the money in doing less shows or you can do the same amount of shows, but earn more. Right. So continued on that path and good thing because I was already pregnant again and was going to be having another baby in April. So it would have been another school year that I wasn't completing. So I just stayed out. And then 14 years in, Park Lane called, asked if I wanted to interview here for our direct appoint program where you can make a lateral move to Park Lane to a similar level that you were at your previous company. And after hearing the programs here, I really had to make the change because once I knew the programs, I couldn't go back to those other programs. Okay. And now I've been here for 11 years. So why direct sales? Because what's your need? Mm-hmm. For many of you, it might be replacing an income from a job or maybe overtime that you no longer get or your hours were cut or whatever. Maybe it's just an upcoming expense. We were just talking about someone we know that, is coming up on a big high school tuition, right? So if you have tuition coming up, is your children, you have a child starting preschool next year. That's an expense you don't have now, but is upcoming in September. Right. summer camps for kids, orthodontia, right?
Right.
My God, braces cost a fortune times 3. How many of your kids wore braces?
Right. Only one of mine, thank God.
Oh my gosh, I was 3 for 3 with the braces. Any kind of, schooling, and even if the schooling is for like a spouse or yourself, right? Jen always shares about how she and her husband used a lot of her Park Lane money to cash flow his master's degree so that it wasn't going on a loan or a credit card and things like that. So what is it for you? Feel free to share it in the comments, what it is that you're looking for this income for, because whatever it is, that's what we're going to work towards. And we're going to do it around the life you already live. For me, it was like at nap time. So when the kids were sleeping, I would do some extra work when they were in bed, all of that kind of stuff. Kerry, it was, I was retired. And then tell us.
I was retiring and I was at a job in a school that I loved, but I couldn't take that job with me because I was going to be living in 2 different states. I was splitting my time between Florida and New York. So I was very much needing something to do, but I was struggling at what the right thing was to do. And I had a good year before I came to the conclusion that maybe my Park Lane jewelry obsession could turn into a way for me to have something to do again and to have a job that I would enjoy, to be able to spend the days selling the jewelry that I loved, being able to share that jewelry with people. And it gave me a way back into the work world that was able to work the way I could. So now I've been in Florida for the past 4 months. I go back to New York this weekend. My jewelry is going to be all packed up and transport back with me. And it will be like I never left. None of my customers will know there was a transition. I won't lose out on anything because I'm able to work everything around the schedule that I have. I'm going on a trip in May. I'll be doing everything I've been doing for Park Lane while I'm there. And no one will be any wiser except for I'll tell them. But I love the flexibility of it. And for me, that's what I needed more than anything. And that's what I have gotten among many other things out of this job. But the biggest thing is the flexibility to let me live the life I want to live, but have the job that I love having.
Amazing. And that's what we're talking about, everyone. So what's the flexibility that you need? I'm here 25 years in this industry, and that's always the number one thing that I say is the best part, is the flexibility. Because once upon a time, I had 3 babies, because I had 3, I know I only told you about the first 2, but I had 3 in 4 years, which means then there were times that we was a long period of time, we were paying 3 tuitions. We're down to 1 now. But all those stages of life, being on the ball field, being at the, cheerleading competitions and just all these things. And then it was, can you help me move out of my apartment? Or, who's in college in South Carolina? So what are the things you're working around your existing full-time job that you want to do something else around without having another boss, another schedule, and all those things that a second job brings? This isn't a second job. This is you running a business alongside your regular job. So direct sales, you can't beat the flexibility.
You definitely cannot. And the flexibility is amazing. But for me, it's the product that I believe in that makes it so easy to do my job.
Right.
And maybe people don't realize that. So why jewelry? Why is jewelry such a great thing? For me, I know why jewelry is a great thing because I love it so much. But why, if this is the way you want to enter direct sales, whether it's new for you or you're coming from another place, why is jewelry the right thing to sell?
I mean, it's so important to be representing a product that is something that a lot of people want to purchase, that they know what it is. Like, we don't have to explain what jewelry is. There's a lot of direct sales companies that involve a lot of explaining of what they're even selling, right? And everybody knows what jewelry is, right? And pretty much everyone shops for jewelry at one point or another. Now, when you find the people that many of are you, women, meaning you all that are watching, because so many of you are watching right now that are jewelry lovers. You're an existing customer of a stylist on our team. You love the jewelry. You not only love jewelry, you specifically love this jewelry, but even those who are more casual jewelry people, there's people who wear just kind of the same necklace every day. Maybe they change up their earrings. Even people who don't do that are still buying jewelry when they're going on vacation, or getting some jewelry when the change of season comes. They get a new jacket, they get a new blazer, they get a new dress, and they're like, oh, I could use some new earrings to go with that. They're going on vacation. What about when a time of the year like this? Oh, I need a graduation gift. I need first communion gifts. I need a Mother's Day present. Like all of these things. These birthdays are 365 days a year. The holiday season. This is all occasions that people buy jewelry.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a product to sell that appeals to everyone, and every type of style is here, then jewelry is your jam.
I mean, jewelry is certainly my jam. And, I've come to realize that jewelry is something that people are willing to take a look at, even if it's not something that they normally buy. Like you said, maybe they wear the same necklace all the time, but then they take a look at what we have and they think, oh, that is a nice gift for somebody, or maybe I could add that to my collection. I do feel
with the necklace
I wear it with the necklace I can, and I do think that that you're right. There's so many different ways that jewelry is something that people are purchasing. So, but there's so much jewelry out there, and there's, I'm sure, other jewelry companies. So why is Park Lane the place to work? Why is it Park Lane the place to have your business?
Yeah. And, certainly the jewelry quality is why Park Lane Jewelry in terms of the actual jewelry, right? So there's a big difference between costume jewelry and fine fashion jewelry, which is what Park Lane is, fine fashion jewelry. So that's why people who have earring sensitivities and say, oh, I can't wear what they'll call fake jewelry, or I can't wear costume jewelry. But then they get Park Lane and they can, because our earring posts are surgical steel. Right. Or I can never wear fake jewelry or costume jewelry because it irritates my skin. Then they realize, oh, you don't use copper. You don't use nickel. You don't use just all of those like bad metals.
Right. Yeah.
And you find that we are 18 to 22 karat electroplated gold, rhodium silver, which is a platinum silver blend, that we have natural stones, that we have glass pearls, all these types of much higher end material that makes you able to, even those with sensitivities, even those who may have issues with other jewelry brands, not have issues with Park Lane. So that's why Park Lane in terms of the actual jewelry. But what about the programs that make you able to run a successful business? That's so important to know that the company that you align with is going to be the company that has programs to support you running a successful business. So let's address that, right? So with Park Lane being a 70-year-old company, this is our 70th anniversary, 1955. Park Lane is started by husband and wife team, newlyweds, with just getting that business started. Arthur's doing the back end. Shirley is the front, doing the parties, hanging with the women, and off they go building this business while at the same time building their family. So as the company's building, their family is growing, and that brings us, if we were to hit the super fast forward button, now here we are in 2025, and the 3 of their 7 children, the sons are the co-owners. Their wives, the other siblings, the grandkids have now all taken positions all throughout Park Lane. And to this day, it is a family-owned and operated company who grew up through the business and saw it start the right way, financially and in every other way, worked in the field, all of these things, so that now when they are deciding on how to continue managing the programs that we have, they know what works because they've seen it from the beginning. So those programs, let's talk about some of those. The sale.
Amazing.
How many of you have shopped our sale? The 2 lowest price pieces, what do I have handy here? Your 2 lowest price pieces being the only pieces on your order that are regular price. These are both in the 20s or so that your next 4 pieces can be half price and those pieces can be any price at all. I mean, that's amazing. To have bonus items where the highest price piece on your list can qualify to be only $35. How many of you have gotten a bonus item with us? Comment bonus item if you own a piece of Park Lane jewelry that at first you thought, oh no, I can't get something that's $188.
Right.
And your stylist told you, no, it's going to be $35. That's going to be a bonus item.
That would be me. That's how I got my blue impression bracelet.
It was this.
It was that.
Right? So there's, the sale, and you saw Kerry's enthusiasm right there, because what happens next when women get a great deal, when women enjoy not only getting a great deal, but on a beautiful product that they love, not only do they love to shop it themselves, but they love to tell their friends about it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole, like, hosting a party, right? So I'm putting it in quotes because of how many ways in 2025 a party can be held. Because are there women absolutely inviting people to their home and we bring the jewelry over and show it? 100%. There are many women on our team and guys on our team that do that type of party. But look how much it's grown. It's grown to that we go to restaurants and party rooms and wine bars and all kinds of places like that and do parties. We also do them right here, looking exactly like this. That's what Kerry meant earlier about I needed something I could do from anywhere.
Right.
Because we did Kerry's initial party. It was with all her local friends. And Kerry and I do happen to be local to each other as well. So like many of her customers that were shopping, her friends, I should say, that were shopping, all live right here. But she then promptly, within like 2 weeks, left to Florida and did all their parties in this exact manner. Facebook Live, in a Facebook group. And it didn't matter that she was no longer here in town. She was back. She was thousands of miles away, doing the exact same party that she will now resume doing back here in town. No one's the wiser. So the amount of ways that you can run this business and do parties and maintain a Facebook group with all of your customers who then know where to find you and can see the specials that are always coming out and the style drops and the newest color impression bracelet and the newest limited edition. That's all those sales that women love to shop themselves, that love to tell their friends about, that now the friends see. And now the same thing happens with that group. Now that group has 2, 3, 4 women that are like, oh, I want to tell my friends about this. They host the party because Park Lane is rewarding them with hundreds of dollars worth of free and discounted jewelry. That's the host program that we are seeing lots of other companies take away.
That's terrible.
And there's just no way that becomes sustainable over time for people, right? Because then we have all of, now what are you supposed to do? Like you have to pay for all the hostess credit? That's why companies are closing. That's why people are leaving other companies. Because then what used to be paid for by the company, now you have to put your hand in your pocket for, well, I didn't join this business to pay for what I thought the company was paying for. I need that money for my bills. That's why we start the business. So our host program is still fully paid for by Park Lane. And the hostess program is the program they're so proud of. And that's what allows us to constantly meet new, excited jewelry lovers. So then now we can talk about the compensation program, because the compensation program is how, of course, you make your money as a stylist. Now, it wouldn't matter if Park Lane was paying 90% commission if people didn't like the jewelry, if they didn't want to shop, if the jewelry fell apart, if the jewelry was making people's ears hurt and necks turn green and fingers turn black. Because you have to have product somebody loves, a sale, and a hostess program, so that now when we talk about what is this amazing compensation program, that even a brand new stylist starts at 30% on retail sales, not wholesale. There's a lot of people that say, oh, I make more than that, but actually it's on wholesale which is a lot cheaper than the retail. And Kerry's like furrowing her brow here because I've never sold anything else. No. And I know this is like the first time you're even hearing these words.
For sure.
Because I don't even know what wholesale prices are. I just know that they're very low. And if your company was paying you on that, that's a pittance compared to what you're going to make on the retail. Right. So retail sales is what we're getting paid on, which is why this compensation program is so generous. Once you start promoting, and Kerry's seeing this now as well as she's moving on up through the ranks, not only do you get paid higher commission, but you also are now getting paid on your whole entire team every single month, infinitely deep. So now Kerry has a whole group of women on her team. And if one recruits another, recruits another, recruits another, recruits another, and it goes 50 people deep, she's getting paid on every single one of them from now till every additional promotion, no matter if her team, and God willing it does, becomes thousands of people big. She's going to earn on every single one of those people. Most compensation plans on other companies, there's like these levels that they cut them off. Or if you don't meet that month's quota, then you are going to get paid at a different level, or you're going to lose your title entirely and get a demotion and go back to some level you already promoted from. These are all things that if you have no direct sales experience, you're like, wow, that sounds terrible.
It sounds terrible.
That's what Kerry's saying too, right? That sounds terrible.
I'm a little spoiled, I think.
That's why I love that sometimes I do these chats with people that are like, yep, I got demoted at my other company. Yep. I have never been demoted here. Yep. There were people on my old team that I didn't get paid on. And here, that equivalent person I do. And then sometimes I do these chats with people that are like, I'm so glad I never went through that.
Really? I don't know. I would have been able to handle it.
It's right. It's true. It's very demoralizing. Right. And it's something that people just don't deserve, right.
And what I love is like, I love, because we're talking about the flexibility, like this is what we mean. So if you're having like things going on in your life that you have a week where you just can't have a party, you have a kid that's graduating, whatever it is, you're not losing your job because you had a week or two where you couldn't make the sales that you wanted to. You're just not maybe not getting paid that week, or not getting paid as much because you didn't have as much time to put into it. No one's making you feel bad. No one's taking stuff away from you. This is what we love about the flexibility, is that it's all the time that you can put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And I can't imagine if I was having one of those weeks where I was like, I just couldn't get stuff done this week. And then they were like, oh, sorry, you don't have
you're back to being a branch.
Yeah, but you're back to the bottom.
Right. I mean, there are companies that reset your title every single month. And then every single month you have to re-earn every step of the way, all the time, all over again. I cannot imagine opening up my computer program and seeing all the way back to zero every single month. I feel like I actually feel a little nauseous even thinking that through. Yeah. So none of that happens here. And that means that we are getting that weekly pay, which does include your team overrides, week after week. And then, of course, there's monthly bonuses and weekly bonuses and things on top of that. So not only is that the compensation plan, but on top of that are all the fun perks, right? Right. So the fun perks, we addressed a couple of them because Kerry's in on a few new ones now that she's continued building. So tell them about your Mercedes car program.
Oh, so exciting. I cannot even believe this. So I chose to take the cash payment. So I will be getting a $500 bonus on my paycheck because I qualified for the Mercedes car program just by doing my job, which is amazing. I don't think I've ever gotten a $500 bonus for ever. So the fact that I got it just for doing my job that I absolutely love is so exciting to me.
And it's not just a 1 month thing, everybody. No. The Mercedes is something that is every single month, that now that she did the initial qualification, every month she's now eligible for this $500 bonus. So if you just straight want the cash, it's a $500 bonus. If you do go and purchase or lease a white Mercedes, then it'll be a $700 bonus. Amazing. If you pay the car off and continue to keep it, you still get the same $700 bonus. Crazy. So that's where I am now. We paid the car off, but I still get a $700 a month bonus. Amazing. And I get to drive a free Mercedes. Who ever heard of such a thing? That's preposterous.
It's insane.
Now, another new one is the trip incentive. Now, we earn 2 free vacations every single year. We have the opportunity to earn 2 free vacations. And I keep emphasizing free vacation because it includes the flight. It includes the transportation from the airport to the hotel. That is paid for. If it's to an all-inclusive, which the one we're working on right now happens to be, then of course everything's included while you're there, and then your transportation back home. European trips are typically not at an all-inclusive, but everyday breakfast is included. Most of our dinners are included. We usually have excursions of some sort, like just unbelievable. Many of us are leaving this August to go to Zurich, Switzerland for the trip we earn. We're earning right now a trip to Cancun that Kerry just wrapped up. So how exciting is that? So we'll be fun in the sun.
I can't believe it. Honestly, when I started in January, I thought, okay, I'm going to do everything I can to hit every incentive I can. But if I can't, I'll just keep working on it. And the one thing that I thought might be hard was the trip, because I had just started, and it was a learning curve. And the fact that within this short period of time, with all the support of you and the team that I work with, that I've gotten here is just mind-blowing. Like I said, I don't know any different, so I definitely am spoiled. But the fact that in 4 months' time or 3.5 months' time, I went from never having done this to earning a trip and a Mercedes, not to mention a promotion or 2, you can't wait, everybody. This is your time to do it. Don't wait. I wish I didn't wait. I wish I did this 10 years ago. I wish I even did it 5 years ago when I had kids in college and I could have used the money for all of those extra things. But I love that I do it now because it's just amazing.
Which is why now is the best time, everyone. Right. If you're here, you're thinking about it. And if you're thinking about it, why not just try it, right? And here's the thing.
Nothing to lose.
We're about to put a survey into the comments right now where you're going to let us know where you stand or what additional questions you have. So here's the things you're going to see. One of the things you can check off is sign me up now. If you think this sounds great, then we can sign you up today for $129. You're going to receive $500 worth of jewelry of your choice. And we're going to start you out with a launch party. So that's what I did for Kerry. We did her party. And then that was me working for Kerry, right? I was rounding her friends and family with the jewelry, working out everybody's sales, taking the orders. I showed my jewelry, did all the posts, everything that was needed. And then at the end of the party, I put in Kerry's information so that when I hit send, they transferred it to Kerry. She kept the paycheck plus the hostess credit jewelry. Plus she got to pick out her kit jewelry. And she had 3 friends that wanted to have shows. And so she was able to do 3 more shows from her show that was additional. So now she's got a business to continue. She got a paycheck within a week. And then she had thousands of dollars worth of jewelry.
So much so I had to sign for it.
Oh my gosh, right? When we have to sign for it.
Yes.
So that is check. Sign me up now.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're almost there, then just check off that you want a decider party. A decider party is essentially the same thing. We just won't tell your friends up front that you're thinking of joining. We'll tell them at the end what you have decided so that we're still working for you, doing the posts, doing the order, showing the jewelry, all the things. At the end, we're going to tell you, here's the amount of the paycheck. Would you like the paycheck? Do you want to take this party as the start of your business? If you say yes, we get your information, we sign you up, everything becomes yours. If you decide no, you get the big fat jewelry shopping spree.
Right.
So either way, you're getting a ton of jewelry. And one way, you're getting a ton of jewelry and a paycheck. So another thing you could check off, if you're like, that sounds amazing, but absolutely positively not, but I sure would like that jewelry shopping spree. Then check off the box that says, I would like to have a party. And we'll just do a party for you and get you a big fat shopping spree.
fun.
If there's additional questions that you have that for whatever reason we did not address today, we don't see all the comments because these get shared into VIP groups and we can't always see, places this gets shared into. So if we did not for any reason answer your question, put it on the survey and we will make sure that we follow up with you. By completing the survey, you are getting in to win the bracelet that surely you've been noticing as I've been talking and waving my arms all around. And that is the Ray bracelet. It has matching earrings if you like, but this is a stretchy, amazing designer-inspired bangle that you are going to wear all summer. And when you complete the survey, you are entered to win. So, Kerry, I think that's everything.
I think so. It was so much fun. I love to be able to be here and share how much I love what I do with people who are thinking about it. I will admit to all of you who are watching, it's a little scary to do something new. And especially for somebody like me, sales was not my thing. I had zero experience and I was a little scared. I'm not going to lie. But it was the best thing I did by taking a little bit of a risk and jumping out of my comfort zone, because what is offered to you at Park Lane is full support. There's a whole team of people willing to help you. Everyone here wants to see you succeed. So take the risk and try it because it is so worth it. Believe in yourself. Encourage yourself like you would encourage somebody else to do something. Give yourself that grace because you will not be sorry that you did.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, Kerry. Nothing else I could say that would be anything else needed. So thanks again, everybody, for taking the time tonight. And we look forward to seeing your surveys and hope to see every one of you joining us soon. Have a great night.
Have a good night. Bye. Bye, Michelle.
Bye, Kerry.